I was going to save this for last. But what I will do is just we're going to acknowledge it first. Let's just go ahead and get it out of the way. Let's get the riffraff out of the way so that we can go ahead and get it popping, all right? Tiffany Henyard is the gift that keeps on giving. Now, Tiff, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of sick of you. I am. I'm genuinely sick of Tiffany Henyard. At first, it was funny. Then it became tragic. Now it's just becoming annoying, and it's becoming unfortunate. And part of the reason that it's unfortunate is because I understand that Tiffany Henyard is stuck between a rock and a hard place. She was not qualified for the job that she signed up for. But everybody think that they can run a city. Who don't think that they could be mayor? You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, don't worry about it. I can manage a multi-million-dollar budget every single year. I can make sure that the police is funded. I can go ahead and build some stuff for the community, give some handouts, hand out some turkeys, and everything going to be all right. And I'm going to promote myself on social media. Hey, it's a super mayor Tiffany Henyard. I don't want to hear it. Honestly. And I am mindful about the idea that she was not ready or prepared and did not have the business acumen, nor does she has the understanding of what it takes in order to be a great leader. So now, the residents of Dalton, because they decided to be a part of the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Club, is stuck between a rock and a hard place. Where's the rock and where's the hard place? The rock is they voted based off of identity politics and popularity, not business acumen and understanding and good character. That's the rock. The hard place is Tiffany can't resign. She can't. Even if she wanted to, even if she's tired, even if she's stressed out. I'm sure she's losing sleep over her bad decisions to do some of the things that she did. But she can't retire. Why? Because she has 2 combined jobs that pay her an egregious amount of money. And so even if she wanted to, I don't think that she's doing it for the people right now. She's doing it because she has to make sure that she keep that bag coming in on a regular basis and the walls are closing in. Even if you want to remove all of the FBI investigations and all of that stuff, the walls are closing in. Why? Because eventually, this is not a lifetime job. This is not the Supreme Court. You are going to have to give up that position when people vote you out if they do the thing that's best in their best interest. Because we all know that you don't have the business acumen, nor do you have the ability or the character to be transparent enough to really be able to take care of and run a city. Everybody not built for it. Everybody feel like they can based off of a popularity contest, but it's not the thing that's best for you. You cannot do the job to the satisfaction. Should you be on a marketing team if they had a marketing position? Sure. You good with bringing visibility to the city. May not necessarily be good visibility, but visibility to the city. But part of leadership is optics, and this is the thing that people are missing. Part of leadership is optic. It's not just whether or not you're good or bad at the job, and you can make that determination for yourself, especially for the residents in the city of Dalton, because you're the ones that got to deal with it. But it's also whether or not you're painting the city in a good light. Whether you're painting the city in a good light, okay? So let's go ahead and see what the latest debacle is, because it's like, can't stay out of the news. I don't know. It's almost like can't get right. Just can't stay out of the news to save your life. It's like, I look at Diddy. Very bad example, but we're going to go there. I look at Diddy, and the one thing about Diddy is that everybody is talking around him or about him, but Diddy ain't talking. Diddy is just, he just can't nobody hold me down. Oh, Lord, I gotta keep it moving. Diddy is chilling. If you see him, he gonna be riding his bike. He ain't talking. He ain't made no statements. He ain't kicking it with people. He probably turned his comments off on Instagram. He ain't trying to do no podcast. He just slow motion. He just gonna wait. And if it all blow over, go into the sunset and chill. Maybe. But Tiff just can't stay out of the news. I mean, every single time you turn the internet on, It's like tap, 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 tap. Let's see what she did this time.
How long have you lived in Dalton?
38 years.
Have you ever not been able to get into Village Hall?
One time. Not one time.
Yet another surprise for residents of South Suburban Dalton who now say they can't get into their own Village Hall. This after some residents were locked out of a Village Board meeting last night.
The Village is blaming safety concerns, but residents are pointing the finger at embattled Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Tonight, our Dane Placco has the latest controversy from Dalton.
And then I went to reach for the doors. You can't go in. Wait a minute. No offense. Y'all do know this is a government building.
Dalton resident Cheryl Hill used her cell phone to document what happened when she tried to get some paperwork at Dalton's Village Hall last week.
So what you mean? Why people can't come in there? Yeah. Why people can't come in there?
New security procedures went into effect last week, the Village says, in response to threats against controversial Mayor Tiffany Henyard and Village employees. It used to be the Dalton residents who needed to take care of a bill or a license perhaps would walk in the main entrance right here, and then they would go into this common area where you'd see the service desks back there, but now it's all locked right here.
Excuse me?
Now residents have to talk to a security guard behind a window in the vestibule and conduct their business in that small, cramped area.
Young lady showed up earlier this morning, went in, and was totally upset. She had no idea that she could not go into the building, just the foyer, had to do her paperwork standing outside in the rain.
We are being treated as the resident, I say we, as though we were in prison in our own town, in a place where we pay taxes.
That message of exclusion amplified last night when about 25 Dalton residents were locked out of a Village Board meeting as those inside blasted Henyard during public comment.
I wouldn't trust this woman if she stood on a stack of Bibles and had her tongue notarized. Not a damn thing she says comes out her mouth is true.
The meeting ended early when 4 opposition trustees walked out, saying there was ample room for the crowd and refusing entry to all would violate the Illinois Open Meetings Act.
The meeting was adjourned because we have to have enough space, so we have to. The Open Meetings Act requires that that we have enough space for everybody to get in.
As you just saw, is chaos amongst our 4 trustees. They didn't come here to handle the business. They came here to do a political theater stunt, which you just saw.
As for the decision to lock the doors on Village Hall, a Henyard spokesperson blames, quote, threats of violence as a result of the continuous misinformation portrayed by the media and internet bloggers who are using Dalton as a means to generate ratings and revenue. Our staff and elected officials have received several disturbing communications via emails, social media, phone calls, and visitors from across the country. As such, our security protocols have changed.
So it's our fault. Portrayed continuous misinformation. Now, let's address this right now. Threats of violence as a result of continuous misinformation. Which part of it is false? We love to correct it. I even invited you on the platform. Misinformation portrayed by the media and internet bloggers. Which part of it is false? Tell me. Did you go to Vegas? Did you go to Vegas? Did anything happen in Vegas that wasn't supposed to be happening in Vegas that didn't stay in Vegas? What part of this conversation is misinformation? I'm just curious. What part of it? Because all I did was react to what the media said. Media reported something. The people reported something. I had people come up here that was close to you that wind up losing their job or leaving or getting fired or something. They said, listen, this was my experience. What part of it is misinformation? Okay. All right, cool. So now she's getting threats of violence. All right. I don't believe that people should be threatening anybody, let alone, listen, whether you think she did her job or not, good, cool. But nobody should be threatening anybody. All right. who are using Dalton as a means to generate ratings and revenue. Who knew that a small metro Chicago, Illinois town can generate so much money? Millions of views. Millions upon millions of views. Our staff and elected officials have received several disturbing communications via email, social media, phone calls, and visitors from across the country. As such, our security protocols have changed. Man, they are running this like the Carter.
And visitors from across the country. As such, our security protocols have changed. But residents we talked to believe the mayor is hiding behind a security threat to keep them out of her business.
Because she have a lot of things she have to hide. She have to account for the money that's being spent.
In Dalton, Dane Placco, Fox 32 Chicago.
All right, so Tiffany, babe, again, I think that you stuck between a rock and a hard place, and it's very difficult for us to really try to resolve this because we know that you're not trying to step down. At the same time, I think that the people and the residents of Dalton probably deserve you because they're the ones that voted you in. And yeah, we're really at an impasse. We're at an impasse. What do you think, guys in the chat? What do you think, guys in the chat? I mean, Christopher Chapman, Roland Martin got finessed. Angela Yee got finessed. She won't even do their podcast that's supposed to, she pulled the podcast down that was supposed to expose all of the things that she's got going on. Freedom of Information Act can't even get these people to reveal how they moving and to give all of the stuff and to pay all of the vendors and stuff. Police cars about to get repossessed, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. So Tiff, I would say that I'm praying for you, but I didn't, and I don't want to lie.